Hello, 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 Scorpios. How are you guys doing? My name is Patti, for those of you that are brand new, and I welcome you. I am an empath that is going to be doing your intuitive reading for November 16th through the 22nd, I think it is. Is it 16th through the 22nd? Anyway, it's that week. So we're going to get started. I pull 3 oracles. One is for the first part of the week, middle, and last. Or you can say past, present, and future. I don't do that. I just see what's going on for the week. And then the energies change depending on the way that you make your choices. So that's why I do these weekly. The other announcement I have is tomorrow, the 14th, I am doing 2 lives. The first one at 11 is about paranormal encounters as an empath and not to be afraid of them. And I will be sharing several stories, well, maybe 3, being through some of the encounters that I've had. I've had several, and one was actually sort of terrifying. So that might help you work through your fear of the unseen. The second live is on the moon and the energies, actually the both moons, new moon and full moon, the energies for the last part of the week. So 11 and 3, I will be live. They are interactive, and you can ask questions. You can tell me your stories, where you're from, and all that kind of stuff. So make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell, and that'll tell you when I'm on live. All right, so let's get started. So we are going to see what the energies are for the week of the 16th through the 22nd, or whatever that week is, Divine. Oh my goodness, it's been a crazy, crazy day. I didn't realize how much frankincense I burned. My daughter came home from work, and she's like, oh my God. I was trying to clean the house because we do have a little problem with the spirit here. So it's not a bad one. It's just annoying. And so we're just trying to figure out who it is and why they're around. Anyway, so let's get started. All right. What are these energies, please, for the week? Oh my goodness, good ones. Nice. Nice. This has been a good week for a lot of the signs. So this is really, really good. So the first card out. Okay, I'm trying to do the numerology in my head here. So first card out is the movement. And movement is the number 10 or 1, something ending, something beginning, something new, fresh, and start, which would make sense because usually when something does end, something new starts. So now we don't know if that movement is fast or slow or whatever it is or what you're moving towards, but it is moving. So I would say more at a normal pace if you can see the pace of the ostrich there, but it is moving in that direction. They also have the hot air balloon. It could be a little bit slow moving. So we'll find out with the cards where that's going. Then we have the wishing well towards the middle of the week. And that is the number 12, which is the number 3, acknowledging the wishing well. So the wishing well is something that you desire, you hope, you dream, what you really, really want to move towards. So these 2 cards were actually working perfectly in sync and acknowledging those. A lot of the times we squish our dreams or we cancel them out by saying, it'll never happen. It's not going to happen. Oh, if only I had this, I could make it happen. No, that's the wrong way to think, the wrong way to think. And I'll share that more with that if it comes up in the reading today. But then we have the balancing act, which is the number 2. I love this. It's so beautiful. Look at that really close up. And the number 2 is about balance. And the balance is about you can either divide or you can actually bring something together. And balancing it, it's sort of a delicate kind of thing because we always want to tend to lead to one side or another. So let's see what we really are working on to making this more balanced process into whatever it is that you're desiring, to keep that movement moving forward, not getting any distractions to get it to stop. So I feel like somebody's going to get distracted to stop this forward movement, or somebody's going to say something that's hurtful. Again, that's the negative energies are always going to try and stop what's going on, because they don't, the energies do not, there's the low vibrational energies want to just sort of suck you down. It's sort of like when a ship is sinking, you don't want to be around it because it just will suck you completely right in with it. It's just the power of the energy that it's with it. So you want something to lighten and lift you, so that you can keep moving forward. So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot about your friends, a lot about what's surrounding you, what's bringing you close to your dreams, and who's holding you apart. Justice, first card out, and that is about balance. Balance, making sure that if there's any paperwork in that you will make sure that it's all really gone through detailed wise. Because sometimes a person's wishing well or dreams might be just a car. I want to buy a dream car. I want to get something. So you have to really make sure the justice is more about the legal end or the paper end or whatever. And then maybe there is no paper. Maybe there's just a handshake, or like, here you go, it's yours. And that's really great, because this is all about balance. Again, we're trying to balance out whatever is happening. There is an element there that may be getting stuck. So let's see what that is. Because also balancing is a division. So for somebody. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Didn't expect that one. So we have the Six of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords, which is intense, extremely intense. And then we have the Emperor. And the Emperor is sort of like a father figure, a mentor, or somebody that has actually got your back right now. Like I said, there's some balance off in the very beginning. There's still movement forward. There is still movement there, but something is being thrown off. And this could be a distraction from afar. Somebody could be distracting you from a distance that needs to bring it back, and you don't know what to do. This reminds me of an energy that I heard this morning from a question and answer. Then I'll share that with you, because they're asking me to share it with you, so I will share it with you. So they had to ask me a question, because you can ask questions at the end of the readings. Asked me about some love that they wanted to know if they were going to be with them. And the thing is that no, they weren't. But my question at the end of the day, no, they weren't. But the question was, and I asked, I think this person's at a distance. And they acknowledged, yes, it was. And the person, I said, is overseas. And they said, yes. And so that doesn't work. And unfortunately, it ends up with a lot of tears, a lot of crying, a lot of frustration, and you could lose a lot of money. Been there. And not only that, that's what I studied in criminal justice. So if this is somebody that is you're desiring to be with from afar, like overseas, the Emperor popped up because you need to listen to somebody wise who's been there, who's done that. Now, if this isn't somebody for somebody that's overseas, but there is a dilemma that you're going through, and it is pushing you away, or making you want to retrieve, or making you want to go away, or take a trip, or just, escape, kind of a thing. You really need to listen to somebody with a lot of wisdom that's been through it, that has some authority through it, because that will save you all this trouble and heartache, because somebody's really struggling over it. So that's why I said, for me, if somebody were to come to me and say that they were concentrating on somebody overseas in another country, I need to sit down with them one-on-one, because you're in for a lot of pain, a lot of misery, a lot of hurt. And you might get 1 out of 1,000,000 that won't do it. And yeah. So anyway, so whoever that's for, it's time to listen to whoever's elder around you. And then also too, this may be in play. So if it is somebody from overseas and you've, brought them over here on a K-1 visa and all that kind of stuff, this is stuff I studied. I studied romance scams and online scams and all that kind of stuff. You brought him over and now you're going through all this stuff and he left or she left. And now you're left with a lot of heartache, burdens, hurt, crying, and all that kind of stuff. That's where you need to seek somebody who knows stuff. That's why I do, what do you call that? I do it for free. I help people for free all over the world so they don't get scammed. So that's where you need to really reach out to either, somebody like myself or somebody who deals with that. Because it will leave you completely devastated and broke. If you don't follow the process right, they will leave you broke. And luckily, I know what I was doing. Didn't leave me broke. I left him broke. Once I learned about what I knew. And I've been over to Africa and saw how all of it works. I've investigated it. So I saw how they run these rings. All right. So let's see what else is going on here. That's for somebody's energy. Big, big, big. Please, it doesn't matter what country you're in. Opportunities. Yes, we have opportunities. Hey, Felix. How are you doing? Long time no see. So we have opportunities that are coming up. These are good opportunities. That comes right next to the Emperor. So somebody with wisdom, some opportunities, some ways, some ideas that may be coming towards you with some ambition and potentials. Again, remember I said in the very beginning, there's distractions. Again, there is going to be distractions. So you're going to have to really hunker down if you don't have the knowledge of what you're going to be doing in this next week to go to somebody that has authority and some old wisdom on what you need to do. All right. So let's see what else is going on here. Ooh. I wished I would have turned out better than what I thought so far. It's like, I really thought, yes, that somebody's really being thrown off balance. And it's pushing your wishing well far away than you want it to. That's why the Emperor is here. That's why you really need to listen to somebody that's older. Again, you can't run from fear. Yeah. Again, it comes to this, I don't know, not everybody's going to be in this scenario with dating somebody from another country. But in this case, where the K-1 visa, where you got them here, and you're the one that is actually being drugged through the mud, then now you're like playing the victim. You can't do that because you made the choice to do it. You made the choice to listen to them. You made the choice to bring them. You made the choice. And a lot of the times the kids are the ones that suffer from that, and so you can't play the victim there. But you can, release that top little thing because it's loose. Release the blinders. Release that. You can get loose from that top little strap. It's not that tight. So take it off, open, get your hands out of there, take the blinders off, and now you can keep moving forward in the right direction. That's where this balance is coming in. And the movement is shifting. Let's see if the Tower comes up. Let's see if the Tower comes up because the energies are shifting. This is a good thing. The energies are shifting. But there is some distractions coming. And they're not going to end. You're going to have to end it. Yeah. You got the Star. And the Star is about balancing earth and spirit, but it's also revealing. So, you know, she's sort of half naked in some pictures, and then she's just expressing herself in others. But this is where there is some, what do you call that? When you take off, you know, they're sharing, they're revealing something, they're exposing something, they're telling you something. So basically, the truth is coming out. So whatever is happening, there's some truth that it will be surrounded by you. Don't be surprised when it does happen. There, you know, because I think you're going to be sort of, your feeling is going to be sort of like, what? Really? Really? You? Because I think it's going to be sort of unexpected. So you're going to be sort of thrown in a situation where you're like, man, really? But somebody's really struggling emotionally here. Yeah. So we have the Judgment card. And the Judgment card, you know, again, something's ending, something's beginning, but really the struggle is between earth and spirit. So somebody is really having a hard time deciding on which way to go. And it's like you're wishing well. It's like it's right there in front of you. Like what you really, really want is right there in front of you. But now my question is this movement going towards it, or is it going away from it? I think this has to do with your energies. So I'm feeling like somebody's energies are going to it. They want to get out of this mess. They want to get out of what's going on. But the other one is running away from it. And this would tell me that that would make sense because we got the 6 and the 9 together, which are facing each other, and it doesn't want to go away. And then you've got the Star and the Judgment. So you've got something being exposed and revealing, and then you're like, okay, now what do I do with that information? So are you going to judge the person, or are you going to, that was like, what one was coming out? One of the signs. Are you going to judge it, or are you going to just go along with it because it's not your journey anyway? But I feel like somebody is really trying to run from a situation and they're not letting them. It's almost like when you have somebody chasing you and you just don't like the person, but they really like you, and you're like, you just can't get rid of them. That's the energy that I'm feeling for somebody here. For somebody else, you got too many cards there. For somebody else, there's something going on with a legal battle or something. It's like almost a legal battle over material things. I don't know what it is. It's sort of like a divorce, fighting for material things in the houses and all that kind of junk. Okay, so we have the 5 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. Money, material things. So there's some fighting over money. Again, that, and remember we started out with the Judgment card. And so then we have 2 of them. No, not the Judgment. Yeah. Justice, excuse me. Justice. I'm like, that's not Judgment. That's Justice. We started out with the Justice card. So yeah, there's a lot of, why isn't the Devil showing up? Because there's a lot of bondage here. There is, I feel like somebody is just stuck in a cycle and they can't seem to get the balance back. And that energy is so heavy. I feel somebody's energy so heavy, like they just don't know how to do it. But then the thing is, the Emperor's right there. There's somebody right there, really, you just can't see them. They're ready there to help you. or it's your stubborn pride that you're not allowing them because the opportunities are there. Somebody is trying to help you. So I don't know who that's for. All right. Somebody's just really, really in a struggle here. It's like you feel helpless. All right. Let's see what else the divine has for you guys. Whoop. The 8 of Wands. A lot of arguing. Yeah, there's a lot of arguing with somebody. It's like it's just not stopping. Wow. Somebody wants to go a certain way and somebody's stopping them. And so that's where some of the frustration is. They really want to do something. And I think it's with this elder that they're having troubles with. It'd be sort of like a kid wanting to go to a certain college and the parents are saying, no, if I'm paying for it, you're going to this college. Or if it's like a husband and wife, there's a struggle there about maybe some opportunity of movement. Maybe somebody wants to move. And the reason why I say that is we've got an opportunity here. And there is a very, very big struggle about moving. Then that could be, just moving across. This feels like it's more of a big move. And it feels like they want to run away from something. It's sort of like the stress right now. You can't run away from it. The COVID, you can't run away from it. It's everywhere in the world. So this stress is just really getting to somebody. And they're like, you know what? We're done. Let's move. Or she's done or he's done. I'm going to move. It's like when you move to a new place, it's not getting rid of the problems. It's just it's getting rid of the circumstance on the outside for a moment. But what's going on inside isn't fixed. So decide what you're running from. Are you running from circumstances or are you running from yourself? And that's where the movement is. And that's the main energy. So what are you running from or what are you running to? Yeah. 10 of Swords. Again, we've got the 9, the 10 of Swords. And then we also have the 8, 9, 10. Hey, we got 8 straight. 8, 9, 10 of Swords. Now again, swords are all about truth. Swords are all about making sure that you're in your own truth, that you're walking in your own truth. Again, this is balancing. Remember, balancing act is the 3rd energy, and that would mean you, not somebody else. So what is it that you're messing up on? Or what is it that you're, okay, thank you for that. So they're like, that wasn't nice. They're saying, what is your weakness, is what they were saying. So what is your weakness? What is it that you need to be working on? Not running from, but working on. Okay, and then we have the 10 of Wands. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Lots of wands. Lots of communicating. Lots of internal work here. Lots of truth walking. You've got opportunities coming, but are you going to take them? I don't know what the opportunity is for you. Are you going to take it? Or are you going to run out of fear from it? This is going to expose the real you. Oops, my battery is going to go dead. So that's going to expose the real you. And this is your identity that you're working with. This is something that you're working with from the inside. But I feel like somebody is really scared, like a little child scared, just like, no, I don't know. And so it's easier to run away from rather than to. But this fear is just huge. I don't know who this is for, but it's almost debilitating. And when that happens, you can't get balance. And you won't get your wishing well because you won't allow yourself to be strong enough to get out of that fear and move forward. So again, you're back to a judgment of what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? Are you going to move forward? Or are you going to move backwards? And right in the center of all of this, the divine just said, look at the center. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking, is the emperor. A person of wisdom, a person that's done that, been there, done that, a person that is a support, a person that will help, a person that will lift up, a person that will guide, a person that has no problem in confidence, a person that is a warrior, somebody that will stand in your corner. This person is me, the divine, is what I heard. Yeah, that is true, though. That is true. He will be all of those. And again, the divine can be anything to you. It could be the universe or whatever. To me, it's God, and I call the divine him, even though he's just energy and I am. 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. There's a lot of cups. Oh, no, a lot of swords on this one. I was thinking of the Leos. Hmm. 6 of Cups. So again, this is somebody from the past. This is somebody that you know, somebody that's been around you, somebody that is loving, caring, who knows you deep. Almost like a mother, father, uncle kind of a thing. This is a person. And they have a pure heart. They'll tell you honestly, even if you don't like it. That's going to help, whoever that is, that's going to help you get either run to whatever your opportunities are, or you're going to run away from. That's a hard decision, you know, when you're scared, you don't know what to do, how to do it. That's when you really got to lean. For me, it's the divine. I do lean on the divine. So that's an intense reading. Intense reading. A couple of them have been really, really intense. So, but this is your reading, Scorpio, from the 9th to the 22nd. And don't forget, tomorrow, of course you can. Not a problem. Go ahead and ask it, and I'll give my little spiel here while you're doing that. So the 14th is tomorrow, Saturday, and I am going to be doing 2 lives, one on the paranormal encounter as an empath, and then there is a second one at 3 o'clock for the moon and energies. So if you watch this before the 14th and you want to hear some paranormal stories and how to help you get through your fear of the paranormal, one of them is a little scary. So it takes a lot of extra tools to get through that. There was a poltergeist as well. And I don't mean like a knife flying through the air. Poltergeists don't have to be just knives and weapons kind of thing. So that is where that is. So come and visit, join, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when I have those. And then also too, the dailies are still going, the 1-minute dailies. Those will be notified if you hit the bell when you subscribe as well. So there's that. So, and then that'll be the end of this reading. So if you're ready to go, you can go. I usually answer questions at the very end. And I usually answer just one because there's lots of them. Sometimes there's lots of them. So anyway, so Felix, you got this. So your ex-girlfriend and I currently trying to see if we can get our problem solved and that the relationship to another level. You read the 5 languages of love. That's a good thing. And try to learn from them. She is 42 and wants a child and now have to decide whether I will go on this trip with her or she will solve it on her own. I'm reading slow because I'm getting energies as well at the same time. We love each other and I would like to be a father, but I'm not sure. what we can get. Well, the thing is, on that, when you bring when she wants a child, okay, think of it this way. And there's a divine sharing this with me as well. So when you bring a child, that child, what is the purpose of wanting that child? Because we want children for our selfish reasons. We want kids. We want to have our legacies. But the other thing is that a child is not something that we should just want, because that child has to live in this world after we're gone. And it needs to be a selfless reason, and not a selfish reason of wanting a child, kind of thing. Whew, I'm getting a really, really hot. What's going on with that? If you're having problems, you want to figure that out before you even consider having children. And when you have a child, thank you, they're telling me that you will have a soul tie for the rest of your life. Now, whether because you used a word, you used the word love. You did not use the word we are in love with each other. Now, you know the 5 languages, and if you watched my love video on Get Balanced 2020, there is very many levels of love. So you are at a love level. You're not in love with each other. In order to have a child, you should be in love with each other. So you need to both ask each other that question and ask yourself honestly, without bias, do you really feel you are in love with this person? The other thing is you're creating a soul tie that will be tied with you. You've already created a soul tie if you're together and you've had sex. So you've already created that soul tie. But if you have a child, then you are bound with them forever. So that's why marriage, I don't know if you believe in marriage or not, but that's why that unity of marriage is so important, because when you bring children in, that's a lifelong commitment. Because if you just decide that you're tired of each other and you divorce, the child is the one that is to suffer the consequences. So you have to ask yourself, thank you. They want to know how committed both of you are. So that's what they're asking, is how committed are both of you in that. And also, thank you. They said the commitment has to be to the problem first. Whatever your problem is, the solution to that has to come first. You know, because if you don't take care of that, it will come up again and again and again. Yeah, if you're not in a marriage, you run the risk of that. Again, if she wants a child, she has to be mature enough to say, I need to, I don't know if you believe in marriage, but you should, because then that ties you together and it makes you responsible for commitments. Oh, communication. You have different levels of communication. Oh, her ex. So he's still around. That's the problem. Okay, thank you. If the ex is still involved at all, then it's not good. Because you two need, if you're going to have a child and start a life, the thing is that you need to start your life alone together to grow it. If there's somebody, an outside tie, especially an outside energy, that's a soul tie that she has not broke. It's a soul tie that she has not severed. So she will be carrying that energy into your relationship all the time. And it's a maturity thing to what she really, really wants. Does she even know what she wants, is what I'm hearing. They're asking, does she know what she wants? She wants a kid, but does she want to go through the commitment to be committed to you? Again, is she in love or is she just love? Yeah. And that should be a big thing, a big difference. Yeah. If she doesn't know, it's not time yet. The energies and the divine would say, no, it's not time yet. It has to be time. You have to give time. And 42, you're getting up there to have kids. You really, and the other thing too, thank you. They said she's 42 when the kid is 20. How old is she going to be? Is that fair to the child? I mean, I'm not God. I don't know. Children are always welcome. But again, is this selfish or is this selfless? Yeah. So is it selfless or is it selfish? Because you have to remember, kids in school, they're going to have elder parents more than all the other kids. And I did that with my daughter. They do look at the kids differently. Your parents are in their 50s when other parents are in their 30s, that kind of thing. So those are things that you have to look at as well. But I would say right now the energies I'm getting is on her. It sounds like that there's a maturity that needs to grow with her, and the ex has to go. The ex has to go. Unless there's a child with that ex, the ex has to go. That's when the ex can go. That's how serious she is with you. So if she's trying to keep that little skull tight, well, he's my friend. You're divorced. You're gone. I'm now your new man. I'm now want to get married, or I want to have children with you. I want to be committed to you solely, and I want you to be my best friend. And we need to be best friends. Well, we should have. Here's the thing: if I'm female and I have a man in my life, I don't have any men friends. I don't talk to my men friends. That's not fair to the other sex. It's just not. It's not fair at all. So, with women and women floundering all over my husband or my boyfriend, and it's like, okay, how does that make you feel? How does that make the other person feel? How does that, have an ex hanging around all the time? That's weird. That's odd, So that sounds like a maturity level on her part that she does need to work through. That communication needs to work through it. You guys are on, thank you. You're on two different levels. You've got to get on that same page is what they're saying. They're saying you're not on the same page. So I hope that helps. Oh, well, she can change universities. She can change universities, or, it is how bad she wants the, yeah, if it's why, it's her, so she works in a university, and if it's really important to her and if it's important to you, she'd change jobs. If that's her boss, she'd change jobs. Thank you. She's making excuses is what I hear. She's making excuses for everything. So this is a coaching thing. She needs to get some coaching, from somebody there that can actually help her, because excuses are not good. And they will continue to happen because this is something from her roots of her past that she is doing this from. And this cycle will not stop until she gets to the root of why she is making those excuses. And a lot of that might get a book. There's a book called Codependency No More. It's an older book, but it's Codependency No More from Melody Beatty, Beaty. Really good book. I think she probably is a little codependent. And that would be a good read for her to start from. Or if you Google codependency and read for yourself on that, you might be able to see some of that. But definitely, I really think that this is if this is something you want, you're ready to step up to the plate, and she keeps her ex around. You might have to give her a push and say, you know what, I can't do this anymore until you get rid of your ex. And that's really, really hard to do. But you know what? When you set your boundaries and yeah, it is a good book. If you set your boundaries and you check them, you need to check her. Just as women check men, you need to check her. When you check her and say, you know what? The ex has to stop. It has to go. This is causing our relationship to have more problems than anything. Otherwise, we're good to go. Check her and make her accountable for it. If she really wants it, Felix, she will end the professor, the ex, or whatever. What is he around for anyway? Because he doesn't have her probably right now. So he's keeping her tied to a line. Yeah. He's keeping her tied. What do they call that now? Not gaslighting. What do they call it? There's a word for it. But anyway, he's keeping her tethered so that she doesn't have everything. Because maybe someday that she'll go back to him, maybe. Guys do that all the time. At least they do it to me anyway. Yeah. So that's good. It's like get some scissors and cut it. You're going to have to be the one to cut it, though. You're going to have to be the one to say, you know what? Yeah. Well, you know what? Nobody has power over you unless you allow them. So she's allowing him to have that power. So she's in the wrong on that. She can say, you know what? That's enough. I'm done. Time to cut the phone number off. Time to, just sever the tie. So he has power, but he has no power. Just like the devil has no power over anybody if you believe in the divine. Because the divine has all the power. The power is right here. The divine is in you. The power is within you. So she is playing games. She is not being honest. She is not being truthful. I'm just getting this downloaded. So she's not being honest and truthful. So I back it up for a bit and set some boundaries. If she's the one, she'll make some changes. And if she's not, then thank goodness you didn't have children with her, because this is what your future will look like dealing with her if it doesn't end. If this playing around doesn't end, you will be dealing with this for the future. And this will be a cycle, continuous cycle, unless she gets counseling or coaching or something of that nature. Because right now she's being allowed to have all this freedom, allowed to have an ex, allowed to have this, and that sort of just that's not healthy for a relationship, your relationship with her at all. Or it's not, she's actually not loving herself enough to cut the ties. All right. Yeah. You got to love yourself enough to be strong and know that what you want and what you'll put up with and what you won't put up with. And what you do put up with, that lowers your self-worth. So be strong and set the tone. You can do that. All right. It's good to see you, though. I'll probably edit this out so that it can stay personal. All right, because I know over there people might know you. Yeah, it is really hard. But okay, so here's the thing, Felix. If you have to try to be strong, and if you have to be frustrated, and if you have to get all these emotions and feelings, and the communication is an issue, think about that. Is that really right? Is that what love is about? No, it's not. You may love her as a person and, that kind of thing, but you shouldn't have to. Love is about lifting up. Love is about supporting. Love is about being a unity together. Love is about ignoring all outside and allowing this to flourish and grow and blossom. It's a seed that's being planted. She's letting the weeds in. Put it that way. She's got this little plant. This is you, and it's wanting to grow and be strong and beautiful, but she's letting all these flipping weeds in that it's beginning to choke out the plant. She's got to get rid of the weeds. Anything that's toxic, anything that's destructive, anything that's destroying of this beautiful plant that's growing, which becomes one if you put both plants together. But if you got all these weeds, it's going to just choke. So actually, you don't need to be strong. You just need to set the boundaries. She's the one that's going to have to be strong in order to clean out all the weeds. and then water the garden and feed the garden and make sure. Right now, she's just letting everything in. There's no boundaries. It's like, okay, the garden has no fence around it. She has to put the fence around it. Sure, not a problem. Please do. Yeah, okay, I'll leave it in. Not a problem. But yeah, you have to look at a relationship like a garden, and you got to keep the weeds out in both your lives. Now, if you've got women that you know, maybe that's an insecurity for her, that kind of thing. But you've got to look at your relationship as a garden, as one, two plants growing together. It's sort of like a trunk of a tree, you know. They grow, sometimes they grow weird and they grow together. But the thing is, you've got this fence. Part of it's down, and so the weeds are coming in, and the ugliness is coming in, and it's affecting the relationship. And it will gradually choke it out. X has got to go. X's, unless there's a child, and then the only time the X's are allowed to be coming in is that you know, you've got a child, and then you just interact. You know, I'm picking up the kids at this time. That you say hello. Here's their bags. There you go. Goodbye. That's the only way. Oh, well, that's good. But that's the only way an X should be involved. It's not healthy. It's just not healthy. Really, it is not. I used to think that I could be friends with all my exes. It's not healthy. You need to sever and move on. How can you grow something new if you're carrying old baggage with it? You can't go to a new place and expect a new experience if you're carrying old stuff with it. You just can't do that. All right. I hope this helps. Let me know. And also, too, if you guys, you know, she doesn't hate me too much. And this is about both of you. It's not just about one. It's about both of you. Maybe she has communication issues with you. I don't know. But I just know what the divine was sharing with me at the same time. But you know, you guys can always email me if you want a one-on-one session. You can always do that too. I know you guys are strapped with the way the COVIDs and stuff going it is, but you can always, you know, schedule or book a one-on-one with me as well. All right. But I hope you guys do well. And yeah, I wouldn't think about kids right at this point in time. I mean, only because of the way your situation is. I'm not God. God could make her pregnant any day, time, or whatever. But also think of it being as selfish and not selfish. All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go, and I hope if anybody else was listening, you're very, very welcome. And just remember to keep asking the divine. He is your source. I am only a resource. I am only a conduit and a messenger for him. And anything that these books and everything that you do read are resources, but you really go to him for your answers, or the divine for your answers, the universe, whoever you want to call it, because you will have them. You'll have an aha moment, and it'll be like, yep, I know what to do now, or I don't know what to do now, or you'll get a strength in you, or you'll get something in you that will empower you to do or move forward the way that he's trying to guide you to go. All right. All right, Felix, it's been great seeing you. I was wondering because I haven't seen you for a while, and I hope all is well. And I know things are getting crazy over here with COVID again. There's sort of a 2-week, not lockdown, but telling us not to go places if we don't have to and all that kind of stuff. So there goes more travel for my travel agency. That's okay. At least I have a lot of leather work for my leather company. So, all right, take care, you guys, and we will see you either tomorrow on the 14th or on the 23rd. All right, and hope you guys subscribe, love, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So hang on. Hopefully things will get better here shortly. All right, take care, Felix. Be well, be safe.